Amazon Game Studios is set to release a new Lord of the Rings MMO, and we can expect it within the next few years. Now, this isn't going over news that we may know about the game, but more speculation and a wish list. So here is my top 10 wish list for this new Lord of the Rings MMO. Number 10, a world that feels like Middle-earth. I don't want a theme park MMO, I want a living, breathing Middle-earth. I want to smell the Shire's fresh-baked pies. I want to shiver in the mines of Moria. I want to see stars above Lothlorien, the golden trees, and go, yep, that right there, that's Tolkien. Don't make something completely new. You have such a good source material. Go ahead, make this game very immersive into the lands of Middle-earth. Number 9, no pay to win. Middle-earth is no place for credit cards buying plus 10 elven swords of destroying lore. If Amazon turns the game into a slot machine with loot boxes, Elrond will cry, and everybody else will cry, and we probably won't play the game. I want them to go completely pay-to-play type of game. And what I mean by that is just give us a game that costs $60, have it have everything included into it. Sure, if you want some type of store that has like skins or cosmetics, go ahead. I don't care about that. You can do that. But do not, and I repeat, do not give us some type of leveling system, power boost, level skips, or anything like that. People should actually have to play the game and be rewarded for playing the game inside of the game, not within of a store. Keep the store completely cosmetic, and I will be happy. Number 8, real factions that matter. I don't want Team Blue or Team Red. I want to choose Gondor, Rohan, Dale, or even Isengard, Mordor, factions that mean something. And no, Mordor shouldn't be the starter zone if you want to be a Black Numenorian. You should have to work for it. You want to join the Dark Lord? Great! Go earn it by carrying 47 spires, crawling barrels of slop. You get what I mean. I want these types of factions to be completely unique. I want them to go something more of like what World of Warcraft is doing with Horde versus Alliance. But now I want it to be free people of Middle-earth versus the factions of Sauron, Mordor, and even Moria or in Gundabad. You know, these type of things will make this game stand out and be very different from Lord of the Rings Online that we already have. I don't want a copy of that game. I want something new and fresh. And I think this is a great way to do that. So Amazon, if you're listening and you haven't already implemented this already, you better get back to the drawing board and go put this in. You're missing out a big chance of opportunity and money. Number 7, unique races and cultures. If this MMO doesn't let me play as a dwarf from the Iron Hills or a hobbit from the South Farthing, then what are we doing? If I can't play as an elf from Lorien, then are we even actually in Middle-earth, or are we just role-playing Middle-earth? Tolkien's world is rich with subcultures. I want accents, different starting quests, clothing styles, everything. You name it. This game has the potential to be something special, but if we don't produce things right, like getting the unique races, yes, do elves, hobbits, man, dwarves, the expected, but also do orcs, goblins, different subspecies, Urukai. Don't give us spiders though, please. I don't want to see people maining as a spider with cosmetics. If you're gonna do the evil races, do them justice. Don't just put them as like a warg and let them run around. I love Lord of the Rings Online, but if you can't tell, that's what I'm dissing. I don't like their monster play system at all, and I want this game to instead just to be a monster play system. I want this to be completely an open world that you can experience on the evil side as well. Number 6, class system inspired by lore. Give me Rangers, Shield Maidens, Dunedain Hunters, Istari Scholars. And I say Istari Scholars for a reason. If we want this to be lore accurate, then we're going to have to give these people that want to play that wizard archetype, they're more of like the Istari Scholars and inspiring to be like the Istari. You can't play as an Istari yourself because there's only 6 or so known. Maybe more. I might be wrong with that. But you should not be able to just be like this overpowered wizard, and I want it to be accurate. So a good way to do that is that it's just men or dwarves or elves that are scholars of the story and their powers. No arcane techomancers or whatever MMO nonsense we get. dropped into fantasy these days, excuse me, your class should feel like it belongs in the third age. If your character walked in to breed, the locals shouldn't go, what the heck are you supposed to be? You know, they should actually understand. Please, Amazon, respect the lore, and a good way of doing that is giving us unique classes that are more suitable for the lore. Number 5, epic storytelling and choice. This is Tolkien after all. This is the man who invented languages for fun. The game needs epic storytelling, narrative arcs that span regions, betrayals, moral choices, and maybe even a few tears. Let me choose between helping Gondor or aiding the wild men of the Druidane. You know, if I want to aid those people that barely can talk and are native and off into the woods doing something completely else, I should be able to do that. Let my decisions shape the world around me. Number 4, massive PvP battles. Give me Helm's Deep, give me Pelennor Fields, give me sieges with hundreds of players and NPCs clashing together while war horns, siren, and the sun is rising. I don't want some type of 6-man battle inside of a cave. I want thousands of arrows flying, to siege towers crumbling, and trolls charging the front lines. A good example of this is Lord of the Rings Conquest, an old game that's kind of plays like Star Wars Battlefront. But if you notice, it's a completely standalone multiplayer PvP experience. Now, this is the chance that Amazon can make something completely different and be unique from every other MMO. We could do something where you have your open world PvP and PvE elements. Maybe you could flag up for PvP while you're doing the open world content like the quests and stuff, and you can run into other characters or orcs or the other factions, and then you can battle within that. Sure, we can do that standard stuff. We have that in New World. But also, if you don't want to flag up for PvP, you can just do the PvE experience and go through the quests and kind of chill. But also, let's do a queue matchmaking system, full dedicated multiplayer experience inside of this game. Why not? Why can't we do it? It's 2025, gonna be 2026, and by this time this game releases, it's gonna be like 2027, 2028. We should have the power to be able to do a whole other multiplayer game type, but where we're pulling our characters and the cosmetics and gear that we have into this game. I want it to feel like Lord of the Rings Conquest. You can do domination, capture the flag, just a standard team deathmatch, or you can defend raids from imagine playing as the free people of Middle Earth in Osgiliath, defending it from the outsiders of Sauron, Mordor, and Saruman's factions. You get what I mean. They're gonna be raiding and taking. We could do epic battles and the only way that's gonna work though is if we take away this level gear score and all this power weapons things. Take that away. We can get our abilities and our traits and things that we have from playing the open world, but we don't need. I mean, for a multiplayer experience, I'm sorry, y'all, that hate this idea. I don't think we should be dependent of skill. Should not go off of depending on your gear score or how much you've rated or things like that. It should be on skill and knowing the game and the abilities of what to use. I hope we go this route for a multiplayer experience. And sure, for all of you that want to get huge gear scores so you can rape everybody that are PvE enjoyers, well, then that's what the flag up system could be in the open world. But for a standalone multiplayer, I want it to be a side thing, kind of like you would launch Halo and you have the campaign or you have the multiplayer. How about we have the MMO open world and then we have the multiplayer for this game? Do it, Amazon, and you're in for something brand new, unique, and special, and everybody's going to flood your game because you're going to be going to get players that are kind of more fitted for FPS style games that are more just multiplayer games where they like to fight other people. And you're going to be getting those RPG and MMO players, bringing them together. This is a big chance for you. Do it. Listen right now. Go back to the drawing board if you haven't already thought of this idea and get cracking. Number 3, an evolving world. What if the game world changed over time? Imagine seeing Osgiliath fall to Sauron's forces, then reclaiming it in a future update. Let the world breathe and evolve. Dynamic world events, player-driven influence, maybe even zone control systems that don't just feel tacked on. Like New World, we have zone control systems, but it doesn't really feel like it matters too much. You get some little perks for your faction, but other than that, the people that are in the game, the world, don't really notice that, hey, you're this zone's captured by this faction. I want to see something that's actually matters, and you could see a drastic difference compared to what faction has control of that zone right now. Number 2, rich player housing. I want a hobbit hole. I want a Rohan-styled farmhouse that has goats, cows, and things like that I can cater towards. I want something to decorate Bag End with maps, books, swords, and second breakfast. Let's think of like Lord of the Rings Online. We do it very well there, but we can go even further. Think about like Skyrim, where it's like that DLC Hearthstone. Is that what it's called? I can't remember the name completely. Hearthstone, where you can adopt kids, you can marry people, and you can bring them into your home, put all of your items you've collected from the world, kind of decorate it. I think we should be able to do something like this in this MMO. And number 1, respect the lore. For God's sake, all that's in me, look, you can go ahead and get everything else right. But if you don't respect the lore, it's over, done. None of us are going to play this game. Tolkien's world is delicate. You can't just throw in time-traveling elves or cyborg Uruk-hai and call it a day. Now, that's an exaggeration, but you see what they did with Rings of Power. Honor the tone, the world, the poetry. If you want to add something new, make it feel like Tolkien could have written it. Go consult with Tolkien scholars and Lord of the Rings experts. They should be hired onto your team. You don't just need game developers or new people that want to create their own stories. You need people that are scholars of Tolkien for the big project like this. Heck, go ahead and consult Christopher Tolkien if he's still alive. Consult the Tolkien estate and see what they would do for stories and side quests. Make it feel like it belongs in Middle-earth. Don't change anything from the main storyline. With the side quests, I understand you gotta kind of mix things up a bit, but be respectable to the lore. If you do that, this is your chance, Amazon, to prove everybody and wipe away that slate, that bad slate that you have of Rings of Power. This is your chance. At least Orange County Studio, the people that made New World, don't be like the people that are making Rings of Power show. Do something that respects the lore. You don't need a big, wide, broad audience. Lord of the Rings, the IP, is already such a massive, huge fan base and audience. You have that wide audience. Just keep it to the books, and you're in for a treat. So that's my wish list. 10 things I hope Amazon brings into this new Middle-earth MMO. And honestly, if they even get half of them right, we might be looking at something very special. Now it's your turn. Drop a comment. Tell me what you want to see in the game. Do you want like playable Ents as a race? I hope you don't, but you get what I mean. Just tell me what you want to see in this game. And if you love Lord of the Rings MMOs or just yelling about game design, speculating about this new future game, hit subscribe. And until next time, keep your sword sharp and put that Lembas bread into somewhere safe into your pocket. Because if you don't, well, I might sneak at night and steal it from you. All right, see you later. Bye. Peace out. Thank you for watching. Later.